Hello to my beautiful earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Thanks for joining me on my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. You already had something fly out for you, starting off with some nice King of Pentacles, so well in your earth energy, guys. I just wanted to do a general intuitive read for you guys. I just felt drawn to do it. I did my water signs the other day, and yeah, I have a lot of beautiful earth people in my life, and I just felt like giving you guys some time here, so we will keep this King of Pentacles in mind. We'll put him back in the deck for now, and if he wants to show up again, that's fantastic. We're going to do a little Celtic cross tonight. So general messages, as always, and that means it's not always going to resonate with all of you out there, and that's totally fine. Check out some of the other videos I've posted, general readings as well as love readings, and feel free to check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. This channel is brand new. I'm just getting it started, so like, share, subscribe where you want to, and if you'd like to see more, I'd certainly appreciate any support. What else do you need to know here? This isn't really a date-specific read. Whenever you're viewing it is when you were meant to see it. So yeah, we'll get started. For our Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, beautiful earth babies. Let's see what we can get for them. We're going to do top of the deck here, one last shuffle. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And everything you're going to want to know will be in the description box below, okay, guys? So Knight of Cups, Two of Wands, Strength, Queen of Cups, the Six of Swords, the King of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Magician, the Lovers, beautiful. The water signs had the Lovers in their guidance as well. Exact same position, exact same card. Might be dealing with a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And your last one was the Two of Swords. So we'll go over what all this means. Bottom of your deck is Five of Pentacles. Okay, so interesting energy. Can sometimes be a loss or a defeat, feeling a bit left out in the cold. Sometimes can be splitting of a relationship or going through financial hardship. It's not the greatest energy, but maybe that's why we needed to do a reading for you earth signs. So we'll jump in and see what we can get for you. All right, so the two matters that are essentially in your headspace right now, crossing the board here. You have the Two of Wands, which has to do with decision making, and then the Knight of Cups. So knights are generally messengers. They bring forward movement or messages, and clearly the way he's depicted here, we know that cups means love in this sense, right? You see all those bubbly hearts coming out of his cup there, and he's flying over the ocean. Water signs. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, doesn't have to be. I almost called you Aries. I don't know why, earth signs. I don't know why that came to mind. Are you dealing with Aries? Very interesting. Nothing visually really there cued me to say it. It just almost came out. So, wow. So, are you traveling to confess love to someone? Has there been someone in your life that you are looking to start a romantic relationship with? Or it could be even confess something. And if it is a confession, it's not something terrible. It's not something life-changing. But yeah, maybe it's just been some more reserved or hidden energy about your true feelings. And so then the energy crossing that is a bit opposite. It's much more contemplative, right? With the Two of Wands, typically it depicts someone holding or bracing two wands in each hand, right? And there's a sense or a need that they need movement forward. Wands are typically movement forward. They can be passion or travel. This person holds the world in their hand, right? They have a lot of options. There's a lot of things they could do with that world. There's a lot of people they could get involved with. There's a lot of activities they could get involved with, jobs potentially. But they haven't left their castle yet. They're not even on sort of like the front lawn, so to say, which is how this card is typically depicted. So making this decision, they would have to step out of this castle that they're in, right? It would involve risk of some kind. So it does feel like these two opposing energies, earth signs. Do you take the risk? Do you confess this love? It might be going after something that you love, going after something that your heart calls out for, something very near and dear to you, right? And I mean, even the depiction of this card with the way it's illustrated and the colors, it's very, it involves a sense of fantasy, but not illusion. That's not what I mean. I mean that this is something it makes your heart sing Like there's pink skies, there's beautiful ocean. Like you see huge, vast potential in whatever this is that you love, right? And I think there's an excitement to either profess it or pursue it. And yet with this, it's very much contemplative. Even with like the hood, it's like something is hidden. Something hasn't, he hasn't taken off his hood to reveal, yes, this is who I am and this is what I want. And there's a choice here. So yeah, very interesting. Now, if you're dealing with a fire sign, that could be Aries, Leo, Sag, or again, water, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Doesn't have to be though. So then your subconscious, this can sometimes be the third thing on your mind, or what's this kind of energy that's inside of you that perhaps you haven't tapped into yet fully, is strength. So this is the card of Leo. And it has to do with balancing not just the interior, but the exterior of your life, right? Being so calm and at peace and serene within yourself that it translates on the outside so that you could walk next to a lion, you could touch a lion, pat a lion, and it wouldn't snap back at you because you're just that serene and gentle and sort of in tune with the universe. So even though this is a Leo card and it's fire energy technically, it does feel very earthy to me, Capricorn. So yeah, something about this decision of do I or don't I, and I don't even know if it's don't I. I think it's do I go for it kind of without what is the word? Like with wild abandonment, sort of. Do I just go for it because my heart tells me to, and yes, I sail across the ocean and chase it, or do I really map out the details? Do I think about the likelihood of this coming true, the possibilities, the consequences, right? It's like kind of the more, I guess, logical. I mean, wand signs can be, especially a Sagittarian, can be great philosophers and thinkers. Now this isn't a Sagittarian card, mind you, but yeah, there's two very different energies here, which I've said a million times. I'm sorry. I keep going back to that. But it has to do with it coming from inside of you, with channeling your own strength to know that whatever decision you make, there's strength there. There's going to be, it's like your intuition is what's guiding you here. Again, with Leo and the strength card, it's not classically a depiction of, your intuition, but that's what's calling to me here. And especially with kind of this weathering storm, right, in the background, it's strength that you can almost walk through a storm and you'll get through it. So even if, yeah, there's something about protection here. Even if you do go for this with like wild abandonment, maybe not completely thinking logically. This is the card of Pisces, by the way, if you're dealing with a Pisces. Even if this situation doesn't go as planned, there is something to say for you being able to come out on the other end, not only alive, but stronger. Like it may be a journey that you're meant to go on, and so this contemplative energy, at least initially, doesn't seem to be serving you earth signs. Very interesting. All right, so let's see. So in your recent past, you have Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Love, the Queen of Emotions, someone who's very nurturing and giving. This is the card of Cancer, if you have any Cancers in your life. Could also be Scorpio or Pisces if you're dealing with water signs again. But yeah, again, what this card looks like, very serene, kind of doting on the animals, giving her love away. Kind of, again, sort of with, I wouldn't say wild abandonment, but very freely and openly. She doesn't mask or disguise her feelings. She expresses them. She's also very intuitive. So were you dealing in the past with a Cancer? Were you dealing in the past with someone who gave you lots of emotion and you perhaps weren't ready to return it, and you are now? Possibly. Yeah, this energy could have been someone in your past. It could literally be your mother. Cancerians are the mother energy, the nurturers of the zodiac. But yeah, it does kind of feel like it may have been someone else, and now you're looking to maybe return that love. And maybe that is something that has been quite challenging for you, Earth signs. Maybe that's why subconsciously or you haven't yet discovered that it will take a lot of strength for you to even confess what it is that you want with this person or what you don't want, right? I mean, that's possible too. So your goals, or maybe your beliefs, that's sort of what this section can be as well. You have the Six of Swords. So in the classic depiction of the Six of Swords, or am I thinking of Six of Wands? Six of Swords is movement forward. Okay. So sometimes it does involve leaving a situation. Typically, it's someone moving on their boat, right? And they have swords in their boat with symbolizing the heavy lessons that they've learned here. So similar here. It's the swords are being carried on their back. So again, sort of heavy lessons, but necessary in this person's journey. And now they're going to take those lessons and move on to the next big adventure, to the next step in their life, to the next page in the book they're writing, whatever. Again, with the moon energy, it has to do with following your intuition, knowing that maybe the battles or the conflicts in the past that you've dealt with, potentially with an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, doesn't have to be, but knowing that those lessons were a necessary step of the journey. And interestingly enough, the way this is depicted, again, it's similar to the original Rider-Waite deck that I always kind of refer to. You're going on this journey, but you may actually have people with you too. So these might not be romantic partners per se, but you're moving on from something that involves lessons, right? And it's similar in the Five of Swords, the way she's kind of looking back. She hasn't fully decided she's moving on here. It very much speaks to the kind of the relationship with this card here. It's like, even when you've decided that you're going to go, it's like as you're closing the door to your car or whatever, if this is literal movement forward, there's still a bit of hesitation. So in your goals or your beliefs, I think you do want to move on. I think you believe that you can move on, but there's still that little kind of lower vibrational voice like, no, stay here, earth signs. It's comfortable here. It's familiar here. Don't go on to explore new things because this is what you know, right? We should not listen to that voice, right? I mean, you should do what is best for your best and highest good, right? But typically the Six of Swords is a positive card. It's forward movement, right? So I think that is what you want. If it's between these two energies, it does seem like you're looking to move in. And knights typically move fast, forward movement, and there's some sort of passion involved with knights, right? They can be younger, more kind of like teenage energy type cards. It doesn't have to be a teenager, but sometimes it's a little bit sloppy. It's not the most mature version, right? It's not the King of Cups. But he's somewhere there. He or she, doesn't matter, right? We all have masculine and feminine energies. But there's definitely something about a love offer here, right? I don't know if you're reciprocating it. Again, it could be literally to a family member. It could be your mother, if maybe there's been some difficult challenges there. But it could also be a romantic partner who displays more Cancerian energy. So this would be a more mature person, potentially, than you, earth signs, because you are coming off as the Knight of Cups. Unless that literally just stands for making the offer and maybe making it kind of fast, right, without maybe thinking it through. But see, this is thinking it through. There is a lot of contemplation here, so interesting. So in your approaching future, you have King of Wands, so really beautiful energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, it's a fire card, right? Someone who enjoys travel, clearly, right? He's looking at this map here, right? Someone who's very passionate, someone who's creative, somebody who's very charismatic. They attract a lot of people into their life because their fire and their passion within their soul, within their heart, it burns so brightly that it attracts people, right? So this could very well be your energy, earth signs. It could potentially be your person as well if this is what you're moving towards, right? The way the cards are spread, it's almost like if you're moving towards a fire sign potentially, or whoever this King of Wands is for you, you're moving towards them, right? The way these cards are positioned, and they don't seem to be expecting it. This guy's very involved in his studies and his travels and his maps, or talking to his cat, as the case may be. Maybe your person has a cat, right? But yeah, I'm almost thinking that the future energy is you approaching this person who once was the Queen of Cups and is now coming off as the King of Wands. Both have very great capacities for love, right? Here it's more emotional, warm, depth, lovey, like sweet, sugary, motherly energy. And here it's a bit more masculine, but it's passionate. It's kind of more sexy, right? It's a little bit more dangerous and alluring, but again, the king though, so it's not unstable by any means. So yeah, I'm feeling like that might be your person still. Yeah, maybe you're thinking of bringing this emotional offer into their life, right? Maybe that's what this wand contemplation had to do with, was literally, can you match, I don't know why, can you match their wands? Like, can you offer a wand to this person who's already the king of wands? Maybe that was your contemplation, is maybe you're having self-doubt of if you could ever be on the same level as them, if you match up, if you pale in comparison to other offers or people that they have in their life. Aw, earth signs, you're great. No, don't self-doubt, don't self-defeat. No talk like that. All right, so let's see. You're coming off as the Page of Wands. So yeah, again, kind of fitting into what we were just saying. This is how you're presenting, or how you view yourself. So someone young in the arena of wands, of fire. Again, it could be creativity, passion, travel, anything that this King of Wands represents. It's almost like, in comparison to the king, you're the child. So, I mean, again, for a very few of you, I think this could be a family dynamic. It doesn't have to be. It could be how you think this person views you as well. But yeah, there is something about just coming into your power, or just wanting to start down that new path with a page. It is a new beginning. It's not quite the ace, right? But there, with the pages, it's like someone is. I've heard the comparison. They're like a freshman in college. They have a base knowledge, but they're still very naive and kind of new to the scene, right? So again, if you're interested in this King of Wands person, you were definitely questioning, maybe like, how good of a match is this, right? And I think, again, more has to do with the idea of self-defeatist talk, like you don't see yourself as worthy enough, earth signs. I don't know if that's true, but that's sort of how it's feeling to me. And again, the contemplative energy here. Both of these cards are just kind of young and fresh-faced, and like, can I do this? Do I want to do this? What is the risk involved? And that makes sense for you, earth signs, because you do tend to plan things out very well, right? You go about things in a very logical manner because stability is important, right? You don't like to take huge financial risks, or huge risks that could impact your health or your loved ones, and that's a very good, admirable quality. But at what point do you sacrifice things that could be really good for you, right? So yeah, it's sort of like that digging your heels into the earth and not wanting to move. Maybe a little bit of stubborn energy, even though it does feel like you are being guided to a little bit, yeah, go after it. This isn't your goals or your beliefs. You know that there's more ahead. You just have to look forward instead of looking back. It's so interesting you guys don't have any pentacles on here. No earthy signs so far. We'll see what we get. So what's around you, or the way people view you, or the Magician. So Gemini energy. Someone who's really really skilled in manifesting, who's really thinking grand scheme, larger picture. What is it that I want to bring into my life? And very capable. They have all the tools in front of them, right? They have the cups, the wands, the swords, and the pentacles. There you are, the earth, right? And all these tools are utilized to bring in good things, right? Things that are within our dreams and our desires, right? And it could be manifesting in the sense of your love, right? With these red roses. Even if it's not manifesting the person, because quite frankly, I think the person is already here. Those are the vibes I'm getting. Manifesting maybe I want to say, like, harnessing your own self-confidence, your ability to go after who or what it is that you want. And because this is potentially how people view you, I think people view you as very magical, maybe even mysterious, earth signs. There's something about you that people can't quite take their eye off of. You have like this spark about you, right? Where it catches people's eye, and they can't quite figure you out, because I think you are, this energy feels very, I want to say inward, but composed or restrained, like not being let out. It's not this, essentially, right? I think this has to come before. I think you have to figure out what it is that you want to manifest, what it is that you want in the arena of love or career or whatever it is. But yeah, differing energies. This is interior, and this is more exterior show of emotion. And so maybe you are in this phase of really figuring that out, of doing some manifesting. Maybe, maybe you're doing spiritual work. Maybe you're journaling about what it is that you want. But you're very powerful, earth signs. So if you are having issues with self-doubt or lacking confidence, you don't need to, because I'm just getting from this, like, spirit sees that you're doing like the spiritual work or the self-work. So with time, that confidence is going to come, potentially with taking risks, yet more doors of opportunity are going to open for you. So your guidance is the Lover's card. Again, I mentioned same as the water signs, same card, same position. Choosing who or what you love. You should check out that video if you're dealing with a water sign, and you might be with the Knight and the Queen here. Pisces and Cancer, but it could be a Scorpio as well. But this is the card of Gemini. So I said this in the other video too. Before you can enter into any sort of union where you're investing so much love and emotion, whether it's a person, whether it's a job, whether it's a sibling, whether it's whatever this is for you, whatever this love stands for. And, very frequently it is a romantic relationship. Before this person even steps into the game, you have to be good on your own. You have to be solid. You have to be able to stand there and love yourself. That's really, really important. And I think that's what this card has to do with. If you're internalizing the idea, well, I'm only a page, I don't deserve this, or I'm only a page of wands, I can't do this. That is lower vibrational thinking, and it's lies that you're telling to yourself. Because again, it keeps you in a safe spot where you don't have to take risks. Anyway, choosing who or what you love is your guidance here. And if it is a person, again, being really good and solid, that earth energy rooted in the ground, a seed that grows into a mighty oak, right? For a cheesy little symbolism there. You have to be good on your own before you can enter into this partnership, right? And I think when you are, that's, again, when whatever it is you're manifesting, what you're thinking about, that's when that's going to start coming in for you. You're going to notice that you're naturally attracting things like a magnet. That's what this Magician card feels like to me. So maybe you're dealing with a Gemini, but overall your guidance is to be very clear on who or what it is that you love, so that way it can come into your life, right? Again, if you're not certain, if you're not clear about what it is that you want or what it is that you're manifesting, the universe is going to be really unclear about what you want. They're not going to know what to give you, right? So literally journal it, write it down. What is that ideal life? What is the ideal job? What is the ideal person? Whatever it is for you, get really clear on that. Do the self work. Do the self journeying, or I'm sorry, the journey of self, I should say, right? But maybe that involves journaling, because that just kept coming out of my mouth. But yeah, go down avenues that you've never been down. Make that choice to take some risks and try something new. The path less traveled is what I'm getting here, earth signs. And maybe down that path less traveled, you're going to run into someone who actually has very similar ideals and values and desires that you share as well, right? These people have locked arms. They're joined forces. They're like a power couple, like a power team. It's like they're unbreakable, right? They both bring something equal to the table, though, that meets in the middle. These little cats, right, with their hearts, their tails making a heart. That's adorable. But there's magic here. Both these people are very powerful, so when they come together, the power is just through the roof. Very cool energy. So your outcome is the Two of Swords. Again, decision-making. Two of Wands, Two of Swords. Here this person can see, right? The world is in his hand. He just needs to make the action forward with Wands, right? Fire signs. Here it has to do with the mind, with the logic. Two of Swords, sorry, I always say that. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Could be dealing with an air sign here, but swords have to do with the mind, with the logic. Potentially with communicating, but with the Two of Swords, she wears a blindfold. So again, this has to do with intuition, which I was saying with this card. This decision you have to make on moving forward towards whatever it is that you love, earth signs, you're not going to find the answers to this inquiry around you. It's not in your surroundings. It's interior. It's within you. You're going to feel it. You're going to know it without any directional cues, without having people giving you signs or signals. Whatever this target is that you're aiming for, you're going to hit the nail on the head by listening to what's guiding you from within, by listening to your heart. I said this in the other video too. Black crows, they are said to be messengers between spirit and yourself. So whatever it is you're thinking, universe is right here. And if you want, if it's what you believe, if it's what you agree to, universe can be in on your interior thoughts, right? They can know those things. They're always watching and listening, right? You just have to kind of guide them and be like, this is what I want, throw the knife at the target, and what is this target? Figure out what that is. So your outcome, I think, is that you're very capable of knowing what you want, but maybe you have to do a little bit of extra work. Again, kind of that interior work is just what I'm getting here. But shoot for the stars, and even if the path isn't completely clear to you, even if you don't know what is down this path and you feel like you're blindfolded metaphorically, maybe go for it anyway, right? Sometimes taking a risk can be hard, but no risk, no reward. I think that's kind of the ultimate summary of this, because there's something that your heart is telling you to go after. All right, let's pull an oracle card for you guys. Ooh, this video's gotten long, sorry. But I'm rooting for you, Earth signs. It all actually feels really positive. And the thing is, I think most of you know what it is that you want to go for. Again, there's just that little bit of hesitation. Little bit of hesitation. Oops. Oh my gosh, you had a whole bunch fall out. I'll take the top one. So these are just really fun oracle cards. The illustrations are really beautiful. Change of season. So I haven't memorized these, so I'm going to read it to you guys. If you can see that. I'll try and put it there. So 42, and I'll write in the description what these cards are. Change of seasons, transformation, life's up and downs, development. In the center of this card stands a woman surrounded by blowing leaves, flowers, and snowflakes. As the wind blows them swirling up to her, she raises an arm in protection or welcome. We are not sure. This card reminds us that seasons change just as we do. Nothing is ever still, not a river, not even the mighty oak, and certainly not us. We are in a constant state of transformation. Even when we feel overwhelmed, if we can just quietly be, we will be moving in spite of ourselves. When life whirls around us, let the certainty of the cycle of the seasons be a grounding force. Yeah, absolutely. Life is about change. Life is about taking these risks. And I actually put it in the opposite. So it's almost like your outcome is that you do take this path. I put it in the wrong. Yeah. Life changes. The only constant in life is change. That's something my mom always says to me. And that's really scary, but there's also a huge amount of comfort in that. So if you are feeling Five of Pentacles energy right now, that's not going to last. Eventually, you're going to get somewhere else. You're going to make it to a new location. And yeah, interesting. Under Five of Pentacles, you had Five of Cups as well. So you might be going through some emotional heartbreak. Very interesting. And okay, last one I have to, because I saw Wheel of Fortune's coming up next. So whatever this path is, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, there is good fortune down there. And if not, it's destiny. You are supposed to take this leap of faith a little bit. And again, use your own judgment for whatever that is. We all have free will, right? But if there's something your heart is calling you to do, you might want to listen to it. I think that's really important here. All right, Earth signs, thank you so much for joining me on my channel. Like, share, subscribe, check out the social media if you're into that. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram, and I will catch you beautiful Earth signs later. Bye, guys.